Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. My name is Sage.
I'm Mike.
And today, as you can see, we are both coming to you from our house.
Super awesome. Excited about it. It's my first time here after a year since it's been actually, not installed, but,
Delivered.
that's been delivered on our land. And I got to tell you, it was a surreal experience to walk in with my daughter and wife for the very first time. It felt like home, and it felt great, and super exciting. I mean, there's been, kind of little missteps here, with obviously because we don't have everything installed. As far
As
as for
you can
like,
see, we're sitting on a floor. We don't have furniture.
yeah, we don't have furniture, So I mean, what we're taking this, step by step, incrementally, as we'll explain in this video. And but like I said, I got to say, it's been a pretty cool, surreal experience to just look out on our land and then have the house on it. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
we did that.
Well, we totally
We did it, and obviously we got a journey still ahead of us, but super exciting.
Yeah, and it's cool because he got to spend his birthday week out here seeing the house for the first time. So it made it super special getting to, of course, share that with our daughter who saw the house also for the first time over this past handful of days. And it's been a great family memory made. And just realizing, oh my gosh, we're really doing this. We are committed.
Oh no, I thought the same thought. Yeah. That, oh my gosh, we're really doing this when we put the down payment on the home. Like, okay, it's go time now.
Right.
But now to actually see it on the land, it's like, wow, okay, we really did that. What's the next project?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I think that honestly, you see, we're just chilling on the floor and talking with you today, and it's pretty simple. And we wanted to really just talk with you all today on just why we didn't rush into off-grid living, because I think that is something that doesn't get talked about enough in the off-grid space. And it's not because it didn't take a long time for a lot of people. I just don't think that it gets shown very often, because I think in the world of technology and the digital age of keeping up with digital Joneses, the way that a lot of off-grid stuff is being shown to us is not in real time. It's already, oh look, it's been put together, it's here, check it out. And then they don't say that it actually took them like 10 years to get there.
Just like, and also documenting every single step of the process of what it looked like, right?
Yeah, in real time.
Yeah.
And granted, I think that's probably attributed to the attention span that we all have, right? Like, we want to see, like, right now, what's going on. Episode 1, episode 2, I want to see about 10 different things done. Totally understandable. But I think that for our journey and just being really authentic and honest with you all, is that this is a slow, intentional journey for us. And those of you that are joining us on our channel, and just so grateful for you that choose to be here and just really see the honesty of what our journey looks like. And really just that, it doesn't happen overnight for most people.
No.
And that's okay.
Yep.
And in sharing part of our journey, what we wanted to share with you all today is really why we decided to start our off-grid journey 6 years early.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking, wow, that's really early, you're not the only one.
A lot of our friends,
family, all of our family thought.
They felt the same thing. Like, why? Why didn't you just get it all done in one go? It's like
once your 6 years are up and your daughter turns 18 and you can move out here. It's like, no.
It seems it's a nice idea, but it's just not ideal.
Yeah. Well, right. I mean, if you cannot tell already, we're not procrastinators. we don't do things last minute.
No. We like to get things, done incrementally and methodically, and also budget friendly. Right?
Yeah.
But also keep in mind that our number one primary reason is because of our daughter. And we co-parent with, her dad out back in Vegas. And that's been, the biggest reason why we started.
Yeah. Because in today's video, we are going to talk to you about why we didn't rush into off-grid living, why we started 6 years early. And yes, one of the number one priority reasons is because, yes, as my husband said, our daughter comes first.
Yep.
And if you have joined us on our journey and have been on that, you know that we live in Las Vegas, Nevada full time. And we come out here 2-3 times a year to Texas on family property, visit family, visit my dad, and then get stuff done incrementally. And the reason why we say, hey, our daughter comes first is because we wanted to build this type of life around her, not the other way around, where we were going to require her to sacrifice her entire life just to align with ours. And it's not because, oh, if you have kids, and you are all under the same household, that you couldn't do that. Our situation is different because, like my husband said, we co-parent.
Correct.
And we have a wonderful co-parenting dynamic with her dad that it's just, we would not uproot our daughter from that.
And cause chaos and just interrupt it.
Well, and it affects the kids so much.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Our number one value is family. And so for us, like we said, doing this 6 years early in increments while still fully residing in Vegas was because we wanted to build this life around her and not the other way around. And, maybe you're not in a co-parenting situation. Maybe it's that you're caring for elderly parents, right? Or there's other life circumstances where you can't necessarily jump into it full time. You can totally do it in increments as well. Now, how that looks for someone financially, that would be the second reason of why we didn't rush into this is that we wanted to have really good financial wisdom around this type of journey because, yes, not only does it require a lot of time to build an off-grid property and to really learn a lot about that, but it takes a lot of money.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's the reality of it. And I think that's why most people don't do it, right? Now, there are the people that, let's say maybe they lived in the city for all their life. They bought a house like 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. They still can profit quite well from selling a home. But they're able to take their equity from their home and literally just buy, a house and property and cash, and then everything else from there is easier. So everybody's situation is different. In our situation, we wanted to start now, but do everything in small little projects so that we weren't hit with a giant price tag.
Right. Get overwhelmed.
Yeah, and get overwhelmed all at once.
Yeah.
Because that can happen.
Absolutely.
And I think it's for us in our situation, it's easier to chip away at costs, making fewer financial mistakes because we have enough time to plan and we don't, need to figure it out in real time here because we literally have no other way of, living.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make space for margin in our lives. Yes, to have it be peaceful financially for us. And so, we hate having debt, so we like to just save up money for the next project. Like in the course of obviously our year that we started this journey a year ago. If you see our video about the house, right? But in that time frame, we've been able to tackle certain projects within that year to allow us to be able to stay in our house on this visit. Right. And so can you kind of recap those projects that we did in this past year?
Yeah. I mean, the first one was, first of all, obviously getting the foundation done and then placing the house on here. Right. That was the major one. Now, the foundation alone, I believe you covered that in the video, but it was like $6,000 roughly.
I think $5,800 to $6,000. I forget.
Yeah.
It was a year ago.
Right around there. And so thankfully, and we had that budgeted out, and then we were able to actually do that in cash and get it all situated and done. And then the next thing was, getting electricity up and running, right? Which was an additional over.
I think it was like 3,000.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah,
forget.
It was something like that.
Something like that.
It was like 3,000. Just rough estimate. So we had to extend, from the main line, that's out here, and then we had to get it extended to our house, right? Which was roughly 3,000. Right, and
AC. You had to get the concrete pad done for that.
Correct.
AC had to get delivered.
Right, had to get that all situated, and so that's so. And the next thing that we're planning to do is actually getting the water tank. Yeah. But we have to have the concrete pad for that as well.
Yeah, so we'll show you that.
So you'll see that, coming up, and so that's the next project. So we're doing this incrementally, methodically, and at our own pace, right? And
Hmm.
we don't feel like we don't have to rush this whole process and just overwhelm ourselves or even get burned out for that matter.
Yeah, well, and I think that with that said too, taking it our time and at our own pace is because we also wanted to consider how the property, how our home and off-grid living was going to serve us, not now, not in 10 years, but 20, 30 years, 40 years, God willing, down the line, whenever we are older
Yeah,
and we don't have as much energy expenditure. And so being off grid and building as much sustainability in a way that still is going to be comfortable for us as we get older. That's why we're starting so early, because we don't know what that's going to look like yet. Like we're just going to be honest with you that yeah, sure. Do we have goals of having an entire fruit orchard, a huge
be
garden,
fun. Yeah,
animals, so we don't have to go to the grocery store anymore?
right. Be fully sustainable in
Yeah,
that
fully
path. Yeah,
sustainable. Like, sure, we want to do that, but we also have to think realistically of, ooh, what will we be able to handle when we're 60,
yeah,
70, God willing, 80?
yeah.
And so I think that not rushing into a setup, like a particular setup, gives us that margin to move at a good pace, because we don't want to be committed to a setup that we might outgrow, might regret, or like we said, not be able to maintain later.
Correct.
And
Correct.
so I think that is yeah, something that we're grateful we can do is consider how extensive we really want our off-grid property and homestead aspects to it to have. Because for us, like we are going to slow down when we age.
That's just what life is, right? It's just part of life.
Yeah, and for us, because one of our big values is family, another big value that we have is also making memories. And that
Hmm.
for us is being able to travel.
Travel.
And when you have a property that you're really super committed to, or you don't really have a plan for somebody to be able to caretake it while you're gone, or whatever that may be,
Runs efficiently.
yeah, if you don't have a plan to run efficiently so that, yes, you can build your life around it and the life you want, um, then you just feel like you're imprisoned by a property that requires so much that you can't even live life. It becomes its own full-time job.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely something that we've considered, is like, okay, something that's sustainable so that we can still, like you said, comfortably age, but also be able to travel
Live life on our terms.
and live life on our terms. And
Correct.
so
Yep.
that would be the third thing. And then the fourth would be, for sure, because of us still living in the city in Las Vegas and the jobs that we currently have, we have a lot more economic horsepower to start attacking projects, right? Financially.
Yep.
And also with that, paying down our mortgage faster, because if you have a house, you know how your mortgage payment only attacks so much of the principal.
Correct. Yeah.
And when you calculate that out,
It's
and
like
you're only paying the minimum, you're gonna get a little angry about it.
it's like man, it's gonna take me like seems like forever,
The rest
right?
of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, with obviously with our job situations right now, we're able to afford to being able to tackle at that principal payment only, pretty significantly. At least an additional $500 a month, right? And so we've set that up, um, strategically, so we can actually by the time we move out here, it basically will be all done. It'll be paid for, right? And we don't have to worry about that, constant like, oh gosh, we have that extra, mortgage payment on top of everything else as far for overhead goes. That will be eliminated, and it gives us, breathing room, and that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, especially when we're retired and we only
Right.
have whatever 401ks and stocks and
Yeah,
social
whatever you're.
security, if that stays,
Right.
is
Yeah.
that we don't
Yeah.
want to be stressed out that we can't care for ourselves financially. And so paying down the mortgage and land faster because we have the economic horsepower now to do it.
Yeah.
There's a big benefit to that. And if somebody, doesn't necessarily have that with their two jobs, being able to go do Instacart or, food deliveries or donate plasma, like you could totally create funds for projects that will allow you to, yes, do it at your pace, but knowing that you can find the financial means to do so and you're not limited by your 9 to 5 job, let's say.
Yeah. I mean, there's many ways of doing it, but yes, absolutely, those kinds of ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And so I'd say the last reason is that we didn't want to burn out. That's why we started early.
yeah, I believe I mentioned that briefly, but earlier, but yes, yeah, the feeling of burning out.
Yeah. I mean, we just didn't want to be completely honest, we don't have the types of skill sets that lend well to the practical stuff needing to be done with off-grid living. Like, I'm very good with project management, research. I can put together coordinate an entire production from start to finish
Yes,
because that's my skill set in my work life. And you know, like my husband, he was a city kid.
I'm a city boy.
He's a
You know,
city
I've been
boy
here practically all my life. I mean, here in
in
Texas,
Vegas.
in Vegas, all my life, and so that's all I know. So I'd never really developed any skill set when it comes to off-grid living or farming or anything of that nature. So I'm starting literally from scratch, which is gonna be a fun journey. It'll be trial and error and a lot of stumbling moments, but I look forward to those kinds of challenges, by developing those skill sets that are necessary to be able to upkeep and uphold a home like this.
Yeah.
So it'll be great. It'll be fun.
And it is great. We're learning in increments so far, a little bit by bit, but the research, the skill sets that we need to build, because everybody starts at a different point. Um, the different tools we need, the setbacks that we have, the failing forward that naturally occurs with things.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And so we wanted to learn in those bite-sized pieces instead of trying to do it all simultaneously. And so really that is our main reasons of why we didn't rush into off-grid living and living here full time,
Yeah.
and why we are showing you in real time what the typical person's journey is with off-grid living, that's maybe in our unique situation.
Yeah.
And really in closing, just sharing that if you're dreaming of an off-grid life but you're not in a position to do it full time like us, that you're not able to just like drop everything and run, and just know that if you're not in that place, you're not behind and you're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that your story is allowed to be slow. It's allowed to be thoughtful. It's allowed to be just aligned with real life. And that's really kind of what we want to share with you on this channel, is that you don't have to make it look any faster. You don't have to keep up with the digital Joneses. You don't have to be more progressed in your journey for the world. And that, hopefully in us sharing really why we didn't rush into ours and why we're doing it in this unique way. Maybe you're in a similar situation and this can inspire you so that you know you can do it too, based on how your life is. Yes, we'd love to know in the comments, by the way, if you are, for example, starting your off-grid journey, or have been pondering it, feel free to comment below. Share with us what your dreams are.
Yeah.
And if you are already doing it and you're on that journey like us, what's making you take it slow, and what's inspiring you to move forward anyway, even with the patience that you need to have in it. Would love to just know your story,
Yeah.
what that is for you. And so with that said, thank you all for just joining us in today's video. And yes, we will definitely keep you in the loop as the projects come in real time, but just grateful for you all who choose to stay here. If you haven't yet, please feel free to click down in the button below to subscribe, like this video, and feel free to share it with somebody if you feel like it could inspire them on their journey. And so
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. And Dave, I love you. It's been a fun journey, and I look forward to to the journey up ahead. And it's gonna be great.
I love you too, honey.
Yeah.
I'm sending all the love to you and your families. We'll talk soon, and stay tuned for the next one.
Thank you again so much for joining us today here on our channel. We do not take that for granted. We are ever so grateful. If this video inspired you today with either lifestyle, sustainable, or off-grid living, please feel free to subscribe here on our channel, share with a friend, or like at the bottom. Thanks so much for stopping by, and hope you and your loved ones have an amazing day.